was not there on 29, if I remember correctly. One one of the recent ones. Um, because they removed the cowbell vents. You remember the cowbells
Right.
that were in the middle of the liquid oxygen tank? Sadly, those were removed, and they have brought one of these other vents for whatever reason. They have installed new vents as well on the tanks, ship 30. On the top, there's a couple of more vents for the methane apparently. Near that hatch, you can see that circular black thing there. That is the hatch to the payload bay, and so there's more vents there. But also you can see here. You remember the 6 tiles thing that used to be there
Right.
on where the X was located? It's not there on ship 30. It's actually moved down, and I believe we could see that before a little bit. But that was another thing that has changed as well for ship 30. You can see
Is that
there
what that
the
diamond thing is?
yep,
Yeah, keep tilting down.
little bit
Keep going.
more.
Keep going. Yep, keep going.
I love this.
That.
There you go. Yeah, that sort of diamond shaped kind of thing. It's essentially replacing that. When you actually zoom in, Mary has great views of that, obviously, because she
Diamond
can get a lot
shape?
closer. Well, it's like a hexagon kind of thing. But each of them, you can see that it's independently one little thing. It's not uh, one whole, so to speak. It's not
Got it.
uh,
It's
a,
not like
a
a
one single
monolithic
thing.
thing. It's individual
Exactly. It's
parts.
just individual parts, just like it was on the previous ships. So they have relocated things. It also had or at least it still has the attachment points for the Starlink antennas, but we don't know because they may also replace those and put them somewhere else. Who knows? But that's all of the other things as well. It has little changes here and there.
Yeah, Chad Hamlin here winning, by the way, saying it looks like a rupee from The Legend of Zelda.
It,
That's
it,
that's
it
what I.
actually does. It actually
It's
does.
it's one like it's for sure like the same shape.
Nice. All right, yeah, let's go back and
Yeah,
look at the rising frost on the LOX tank.
keeps
So,
rising.
if this is a single engine test or a 6-engine test, there's different loads of propellant that we see with those, right? So that might be an indicator of how many engines when we get to that point here in like, I
Oh
don't know,
yeah,
40
it's
minutes, 45 minutes?
it's already I mean, unless they change again a lot of things, it's already well past the point of when it will have at least had the engine chill started for one single engine. Because for single engine tests, the time between frost appearing on the vehicle and the test happening is 40 minutes, but the engine chill time, which is 30 minutes on 6-engine static fire test, it's still 30 minutes for single engine test. So that will have meant that within 10 minutes of the frost appearing, we should also have seen the engine chill starting, and we didn't see that. So obviously, that is not the case today, unless they have changed once again all of the procedures. But why change what works, right? Maybe let's hope that at least everything is still the same.
All right, well, we'll see. Luke Skywalker, nice name, becoming a
Yes.
Capcom member. Nice, you get Discord access. So hop into the Discord and say hey. Also, for NSF Live, we've been doing a pre-show and post-show, so you get access to that as part of the members' Discord as well. So do it. Enjoy the perks, and thank you for the support. Evil Genius, thank you for the tip, the $20 tip there. What they say? How much cheese mining equipment can Starship get to the moon in one trip? Looking to start a green cheese empire. A lot. I mean, the maximum would be what? 100 tons? There you go. Jaroslav becoming a Padrat member, thank you. Someone named Sawyer Rosenstein is saying, Stubby Nozzle, Bad Gang Unite. What's up, Sawyer? With a $5 super chat. And they say, while we're being controversial, oh no, jalapeno cheddar is not a bagel, and the word squirrel is easy to pronounce. Sawyer.
Sawyer.
What are you doing?
Sawyer. Why? Why?
I'm like, there's so many things I could say that I want to say, but you know what? Ship 30 is the star of the show today. We don't need to argue about bagels, even though Sawyer's wrong.
I have no idea what the other opinion is, by the way.
Let's just move right on. There's so many things, Adrian, that I The nozzle gifted a red team membership. No, we're not talking about it.
But isn't a bagel just a donut with not something sweet on it?
No. And Sephora Serpentis Russ, thank you for gifting 5 red team memberships.
I feel like everybody's trying to bait Jack today. It's like,
nope, not gonna happen.
it's like just throwing things into his way and see what happens.
So creeping closer, what, like 50 minutes?
Yeah.
Still nothing
Somewhere
on the
in that
methane
range.
tank.
It won't be that
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, we should see. I'm already taking more notes here. We should see maybe the engine chill around 342, 343, more or less.
All right.
So
And
we're
we'll see
about
that from
8 minutes
this
or so.
angle really
Yep.
well. It'll just be a little bit
Oh,
of
Max.
condensation coming from the engines down there. Is Max still...
Don't even.
Sawyer and
Yeah.
Max are both trying to cause chaos.
Yep. Absolutely. They're like throwing things into the machine here.
Matthias,
Oh,
thank you for gifting a red team membership.
People are
And
joining.
what?
People are putting controversial opinions now in their super chat to see what happens.
Oh god. Max says the ocean is a soup.
I mean,
Ninja Decimator says turkey bacon is real bacon. Yeah, this is not going to end well.
it's like
I'm not agreeing with any of these statements. I'm just acknowledging and appreciating people for supporting the channel. To be clear.
it's like a disclaimer. Reading a super chat is not an endorsement of the opinion of the super chat.
Right. Flavio, thank you for the support. They say, how much mass do you guys think Starship version 2 or version 3 could carry to orbit the sun? Something close to Mercury's orbit would be great. Asking for a friend. What?
Are you trying to get rid of something, Flavio?
But this is a physics question, so I will throw it to Alex because he can't do physics.
It's 100 tons
Well-
anywhere to anywhere in the solar system with enough refueling, right?
Yeah, if you have enough refueling, yes. Too many refueling flights, I guess, if you want to bring something to Mercury. But yeah, going back to the test, because I want to point out this, because we're seeing right now an effect as the ship gets loaded with liquid oxygen and keeps venting. What happens is that the rest of the tank gets cooled down, and you can see there already that frost appearing on the rest of the tank. That is not the liquid oxygen level is going all the way up. It's just that the tank is getting very, very cold right now. So yeah, it's getting so cold that actual frost is now appearing on the tank.
Neat. We're getting some truly unhinged super chats.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore it a little bit, not too much, because it's chat and we're supposed to be interactive and everything. But wow, wow.
I love how creative chat becomes if they like try to poke the Jack.
Not gonna happen. Legendary Cow is asking, any word on the FAA and SpaceX mishap investigation? Adrian, have you heard anything from the FAA lately?
The latest word is that SpaceX has not done their homework yet. The mishap investigation is, by the latest update, not turned in. And that means the FAA has nothing to check and approve for now, which means so far no launch license modification. So the answer is no big update since there has been no turned in paperwork from SpaceX.
Yeah, and so until that happens, they obviously can't close anything out or make any recommendations, so no word yet on anything related to that. Sylvia is asking, what steel designation is used for Starship? Is that 401? Am I remembering that correctly? We totally had labels of the rolls, shots of the labels on the rolls of steel. 304L, Ryan Weber.
Yeah, 304L, yeah.
At least it was for a long time. Who knows what it is now? It could be like the proprietary alloy that SpaceX has talked about switching to, which I guess would be like a 304X. But yeah, it's a variant of 304. And I'm saying that as if I know anything about the different types of stainless steel. I just know that there are different types and grades of like all metals. Thanks, Apple. Okay, I'm just gonna read some of these. I have to do it. Chat. Why? Austin Skirvin, thank you for the super chat. They say squirrels are the best animal, stubby nozzle's the best nozzle. When Jack in a kayak, in a kilt with the Chaos crew.
I mean, I would be down to a kayak trip with you two.
Kayaks
Honestly,
are cool.
it would be fun. Yeah, it would be fun. It would. So I think with kayak trips, at least from my experience in general with boat trips with friends, it always ends that everybody's in the water because at some point somebody will choose violence, and then there's an immediate retaliation to everybody else once somebody's in the water. Like if I get pushed into the water while doing a boat trip, of course my first step of action is to swim over to the boat that pushed me into the water and also push it into the water, right? So
noted. Yeah, noted. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, just for letting me know ahead of time. Kevin Harrington says, "Left coast, best coast." Thanks, Kevin, for the super chat. Aramil says, "Stubby squirrels are the future." Adrian, could you read this one for us? From Echo Jill?
How many squirrels could you fit on a starship?
A lot. Somebody in chat will do the math. Thank you for reading that one, Adrian.
Thank you. It hurts me.
So we're coming up on what Alex was predicting would be the start of engine chill. We'll keep our eyes open for that. Is that...
Yep.
Wait, can we go back to that other shot? That is a really interesting frost pattern.
Yep,
that's the stringers.
Yep, that's the stringers, and that's the condensation that is forming as the liquid oxygen starts to boil a bit. So you chill down the whole tank.
Are the bottoms of those stringers in the liquid oxygen, and they're like conducting the coldness up the side of the vehicle faster than the tank wall? That looks really cool.
Probably.
Yep, and that's a Ship 26 innovation, by the way. This is one of the things they apparently tested on Ship 26. Yeah,
No
this
kidding.
is. I hate to say this, but this is probably a Ship 26 feature.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
you know, Ship 26 was used for a whole bunch of development. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it.
They're not called the ship rips. I saw that comment. They're not called the ship rips.
Let's see. Methane Man says you can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. Reference acknowledged. Pink Floyd is awesome.
Yes.
Ooh, venting from the methane tank. That's good.
Excellent. Man, this is just absolutely gorgeous.
One of the
I
other
love
things
this.
that one of the other things that should happen as well once we get closer, like much closer, is venting from the header tanks. That's gonna be awesome as well. I always love that.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some like flap venting, or if those are header tank vents, or just any kind of interesting activity from the vehicle as it
Yeah.
like comes alive.
Oh, and after the test, we're gonna get the depress vent, which means all of the vents are gonna become active. It's gonna be awesome
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
It's gonna be all the vents. Everything is gonna be venting. I'm excited for this.
It's gonna be a good one. Still keeping our eyes open for engine chill.
Any second now.
And there could be holds, and this is all, of
Yeah.
course, as we have said, based on previous tests and data that Alex and Adrian have gathered. So, things change, but this is the flow that we know.
And once the engine chill starts, it's about 30 minutes from there. So,
So if it
and again,
starts now,
it's
you're on point with 4:15,
oh,
and it
we'll
will
see.
start right now. Or not.
That
Or
would be a
not.
very big coincidence.
I tried.
It would
I
be pretty good
tried.
if you pulled it off. I mean, there was that. I think I did that with what SN4 one time. That might have even been the time that it exploded. Not, I didn't do it when it exploded, but for the static fire that
Oh,
preceded.
I
But
remember that. Yeah. You tried to do
Didn't we?
the countdown.
Didn't we also have that one stream where we said it's gonna happen right now for like 15 times?
yeah, probably.
Think we did that once, and it became very unfunny very quickly.
That
That
sounds like
sounds
us.
like us. Yeah.
That sounds like us.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, keeping our eyes open for engine chill. Let's do some more questions. Stian is asking, are they using the suborbital tank farm or the orbital tank farm for these tests? It's suborbital, right?
Yep. Suborbital.
Yep.
Although, in that previous shot, the vaporizers you were looking at are orbital tank farm vaporizers.
Yep. There we go, engine chill.
1 minute off.
Alex, I'm disappointed in you.
Alex.
So test at 4:16, I guess. But yeah, there we go. Engine chill.
So they're now chilling down the Raptor engines in preparation for the cold liquid flow of liquid oxygen and liquid oh my god, liquid methane. There we go. And we are looking at a test of ship 30 as early as 4:16. That's a quick summary. Now, Jack, with the weather.
It's cloudy.
Thank you, Jack.
Andy's asking any date guesses for Flight 4. Do we think May is still on the table? Like maybe like last week of May?
I think, yeah, if everything, I think so. In theory, they don't have that many tests in front of them, right? It's just potentially a wet dress rehearsal, then deck, then sorry, first deck, then wet dress rehearsal, then launch. The whole paperwork situation makes me a bit feeling uneasy about this, because if they have not turned from the last update the mishap investigation in, it's not certainly not gonna be like early to mid-May. It's certainly more in the late May stages.
Yep. Techran, thank you for the support. They say, does a human look at a mermaid the way a scorpion looks at a lobster? Like I said, chat was getting really unhinged with the super chats. I'm not even gonna. I
Yep.
don't even know. Mr. Banana wants to know how many bananas Starship can get to low Earth orbit. Again, somebody in chat, please do the math.
Oh, that's easy. I mean,
You
if
say
you're-
that's easy.
Yeah, Adrian,
I mean-
if you want to do the math, go ahead. I'm gonna finish some more super chats. Cole
Okay.
asking if Starship could float in Venus's atmosphere. It is really dense. I feel like this is yet another question that would need math to be done. And we're getting pretty close to static fire with the ship here, but Cole, thank you for the support. Tom Dalton is just wanting to hurt me because they're, with their super chat saying, having a jalapeno cheddar bagel with sun-dried tomato cream cheese. That sounds delightful. Enjoy. Akamitsu, thanks for the super chat. I'd rather be flying an X-Wing. Thanks for the $5 tip. They're asking when I'm going to stop shaving between flights. The timeline keeps getting smaller and smaller. From those of us who are not allowed to have facial hair, let it grow. I don't know. A thick beard is not a great thing in the summer, so we'll see what happens when winter comes around. How close are we to a full LOX tank on Ship 30 right now?
Very far away. You can see it on like the actual frost ring is way lower than the whole
Oh, you're
tank.
right.
You can actually
Look at that.
Yeah.
you can actually see the whole tank very easily because the whole tank is the thing that is right now marked white. But there's a more whiter white.
Yeah, there's a
I
thicker
hate this
layer
sentence.
of
Yeah.
frost down there.
Yeah, and that's the actual LOX load. So it's probably around 1/3 ish, 40% ish loaded.
Yeah, and this is more or less where it stays. It doesn't really go that higher up. The rest of the frost that you see is essentially from that from the tank venting every now and then. The tank gets cold. Adiabatic expansion and all of that for those that may know a little bit of thermodynamics. But yeah, that's a whole. It's the same process. That's why when there's like a high pressure can or something, you let the pressure off. It feels cool. It feels cold. That's very similar to that.
Ethereal Swordsman, another name that pops up all the time. They say raptors are feet. Are we doing that again?
Oh boy.
No.
No, please, no.
LSR, thank you for the super chat. Also, what's up, buddy? Fellow NSFer. They say Hoppy is happy that Ship 26, Jack's favorite ship and the best ship, is getting its moment to shine soon. There, I read it. I read it on air for you. Methane Man, thank you for gifting 20 Red Team memberships. That's truly awesome. Now 20 people are going to have a membership and get all the cool perks that they might not otherwise have gotten. So be sure you thank Methane Man. All right, so like, what, 20-something minutes?
Yeah, somewhere around. Well, actually, a bit less. 19. We are close.
We are close indeed. Yet another static fire of a ship on suborbital pad B. Really should have just started calling it Test Stand B many years ago, but here we are. Do you guys think this will be the last static fire for pad B? We've kind of speculated on that on previous static fires, just because with the Massey's static fire stand, it feels like, you know, any one of these could be the very last one.
I mean, I feel like it's still a bit like they have a very high cadence right now, and they're trying. Like I think there will be one or two more ships on this stand. I think until they are fully tested at Massey's, it will take a bit more time. I think one more, or one or two more. That's my opinion on this.
Alex, what do you think?
I think this might be the last, but we'll see. That's my take on that. That
Oh
it
no.
might, but we'll see.
I mean, what if Ship 26 rolls out to Massey's and fires in the new stand? Like it's just ready to go somehow. That would be crazy.
Alex disagrees with me. I just lost.
What do you mean? The ready to go, the stand? Yeah, could be. I don't really know. They might just go ahead and do Ship 31 as well here from Pat B and not do anything from Masses until they have version 2. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like even after
Like,
Ship 29, Ship 26 is, I mean,
That's
be
my
anything.
fear as well. Like, what if the stand at Massey's is like configured already for V2? Like, if there's a change that just makes it a V2 stand.
Oh, huh. Yeah, I mean, that would... I guess that's a possibility, but I wouldn't be too worried about it, I guess.
Yeah. It's just my consideration here. Like, just to throw it into the mix, into the pot.
So, props loaded on the vehicle. Engine chill vent is active. Alex, like, where are we at? What are we going to see next?
Well, the whole thing is going to become more and more frosty. Locks load should end rather soon because it doesn't seem like the frost line goes up that much from where we are right now. Obviously, one of the key items that we'll see is the water. So in this shot that we see right now from the right, within the stand on sort of like near the ground, we'll see that hose of water coming out, and that'll indicate that we are seconds away from that static fire test. So other than that, what we're gonna see is the ship just becoming more active, and then the header tank should start venting somewhere around now. So we'll keep an eye on that as well here on our feeds. We'll try to maybe capture some of that venting as well as it happens. But definitely some of that activity that tends to happen is precisely that. The ship just becomes more active and huffing and puffing and all that stuff.
Puffing and puffing.
Yeah, and it just did. Alan, thank you for gifting 5 Red Team memberships. Plutonium239, thank you so much for the support. They say, will they ever use an infrared or FLIR thermal camera to show heat from the static fire? It would be cool, but also, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, and DOS is always tinkering, but thermal cameras are hard, and thermal lenses that can actually see a distance, and they're insanely expensive. It's a whole thing. So,
It's
Methane
not
Man,
easy, essentially.
right? Methane Man's asking who's having tacos today. I guess because it's Taco Tuesday.
I didn't have tacos today.
Now I want tacos.
It's a good excuse to get tacos after this.
And TechRan, thank you for the super chat, asking what's up with 26. We talked about it a little bit already, maybe a lot of it.
We don't know.
The short answer is we
exactly.
don't know. We just don't know.
And the long answer is we don't know.
Classic Starbase wait and see. Keeping an eye out for the header tank vents. Hopefully we see that. It always looks so cool.
I love ships coming to life. Like this whole tank farm going strong, everything venting, everything just completely going off here. I love that. I like it has this unique feeling that just is fun to observe.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, this is the place where we watched all of the tests so far happen. The suborbital side of the launch site. From Starhopper through SN15 and, all the static fires. Remember when Booster 3 was on Pad A for like, I don't even know how many months? But pretty soon all of this is going to be radically different once the second pad starts going in. I mean, that's
I
why they're
still see
building a
these.
ship stand at Massey's, is so they can revamp this whole area and throw down another orbital launch pad there. So each one of these tests that we get is really, it's kind of nice because it's not going to be like this for much longer.
Yeah, imagine building a whole new Gateway to Mars sign and then knocking it over 2 months later.
And then building another one and then knocking that one over 2 months later.
Yeah. That would be weird, right?
Never happen. Let's see. Min Space is asking if Flight 4 will attempt an engine ignition to change its trajectory forward, which is tricky with orbital mechanics. But I assume you mean raising their perigee. No, they're going to do an engine burn to lower their perigee, which is already like negative, right?
Well, for Flight 3, it was going to be forward to raise
really?
the perigee. Yep.
So then I guess, yeah, that's what we expect for Flight 4?
Yep.
I would expect a very similar thing, yeah.
Huh, got that wrong. Neat. Let's see. Nils, thank you for gifting a Red Team membership. Coming up on like 16, 15 minutes, potentially.
Potentially. We'll see.
Very active vehicle and tank farm. Always just so nice to see.
And also the orbital tank farm providing like some additional ambience, right?
Right.
Because the orbital tank farm is still going.
Nice, someone just got an L2 subscription.
That's a very good purchase. That was my first contact with NSF. I
Same.
got into L2. It's just a cool place to read up.
Yeah, I DM'd Chris B. I like taking pictures of planes and rockets. Can I take pictures of planes and rockets for NSF?
And here you are, taking pictures of planes and rockets for NSF.
Who knew?
Crazy.
Andrew's asking, if reentry isn't solved, do you think there's a point where they'll do some expendable launches to start making money? I mean, I think expendable Starship, just like expendable Falcon, is on the table. It's just not the primary use case or the primary reason they're developing this. Like, if they have to do it, I think they would, but I don't know. What are your... Adrian, it sounded like you had thoughts.
I mean, if they have to launch payloads expandable, why wouldn't they just use... Like, the payloads that fully use Starship right now just don't exist yet. Like, we are not there yet in the contract circle where there's like 15 giant payloads by NASA standing by for Starship to launch. So why wouldn't they just use Falcon?
Yeah, I mean, if it's just not something Falcon can lift.
Yeah. But I think most of the payloads that right now would be booked would be a Falcon payload. So I think they would just focus on getting this fully reusable and then start launching customers.
Interesting question.
Yeah, for sure. Like I could be totally wrong here. Maybe they start expendable flights as early as somewhere, but so far we lack any indication that they would. Let's say it like that.
Here's another interesting question. Julian is asking, do we know why all orbital stacks so far have flown with a 90-degree roll relative to the ground? I mean, rockets roll to get on their correct azimuth? Oh, venting? Interesting.
That's very interesting, yeah.
Interesting.
Could they be about to fire again and to tease us once again? Or who knows what we're looking at right now? This is interesting. I don't want to say it's a depress, but this is a sustained vent.
Yeah, and every single vent, at
eh.
least on the liquid oxygen tank, every single vent is going off, and also on the methane tank is what I'm seeing now.
I don't like this that much.
Well, we'll wait and see what happens, but this
We will
is
see.
interesting
We'll see
behavior.
what happens. We will. We will. It's certainly interesting. But remember, we had that one test where we thought, "Oh, this is not good," and then they fired.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's
Yeah.
like burned.
again.
That's burned into all of our brains.
Yeah, that was.
Let's keep an eye on it.
Yeah. This is certainly an interesting vent.
Yeah, all the vent, even the new vent on the methane tank is going. All of the vents are going right now.
Yeah. We will see. We will book it as interesting in our So we will see.
Are we seeing any venting from the header tanks, by the way?
I have not seen anything from the header tanks.
I love the sound of the
Or
vents so
the-
much. Like the increasing pitch. Oh, and it stopped.
You had to say something, right?
Interesting.
How long was this for?
Yeah. That was like a minute.
I'm trying to compare that to
No,
the
it was
test that we
actually
saw.
2 minutes and 10 seconds.
It was about 3 to 4 minutes on Ship 29's single engine test.
So the good news is, so far, for example, the flash stack is not going. Which means they are not into any detanking operation here or anything. So that's good. Like I think the vehicle is maybe just in a stable configuration right now, and we will see what happens now. There's
Well,
always
maybe-
a chance they just throw something new into the mix.
Can we maybe move to the other one where we can see the water better? But also the engine chill seems to have gone off. Let's wait here at least for a couple of minutes to see if there's a test or something. It
Yeah,
will not line up with anything that we've seen before, though.
It'd be
Yeah,
really
this is
interesting.
New. This is
keep-
new.
Let's keep our eyes open for that water that might start and indicate. I mean, we haven't heard Mary reporting anything about a siren yet, but the siren doesn't always happen. So
Yeah.
we get all comfortable and think we know exactly the steps and processes that we're going to see, and then they change things up on us. And that's the most fun part, because then we learn new things.
Somebody in chat saying it's a valve. It's always a valve.
Oh, poor Starliner. It wasn't Starliner's fault. It was the Centaur. It was the Centaur.
Yes. It's not. Stalin did nothing wrong.
Did we answer the question as to why Starship stacks fly with a 90-degree roll? Or did we get distracted
no.
by venting?
We totally we are like very sort of tense band babies that just look around if there's a loud noise. I'm like,
Well, we could be close to a static fire, so it's understandable. I'll put this back in the queue, and we'll answer it when we can.
yeah,
Right now, it's kind of like game time, right?
yeah, certainly.
Flame time. Am I right?
Yeah, flame totally. We have totally in flame time. Nothing else could happen here. Another note is that the engine chill here has stopped.
Engine
Or
chill
like
is
most
stopped.
have stopped. Yep, you can see the pipes. It's not longer like that's not an engine chill. That
Right.
pipe is just fizzling out a bit because it's still cold.
That's just a cold pipe, yeah.
Yeah, that's what has me worried, because for all of these single engine static fire tests that we have seen previously, that engine chill has continued pretty much to the point of the test.
Yeah, it's. I would feel at least relatively confident calling this some sort of a hold. However, they could possibly resume. But I feel like we are certainly like this looks holdish to me.
Yeah.
So we will see how this develops. I mean, they still have 4 more hours in this window.
Yeah, the window does go until 8 p.m., so no worries there. There's plenty of time in today to get some testing done. I mean, they've already done so much today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still just floored with how cool Ship 30 looks with the new stringers in the LOX tank. I'm so all about it, and it makes me excited to think about version 2 and how cool that's gonna look.
Yep, I agree. I love the stringers.
Although version 3, please no version 3. Please let it be different than the renders.
No, it's perfect the way it is. It's perfect the way it is.
Oh, is that the?
I'm seeing it as well. Can we go to the event stack, Kevin? Like Mars Big? Okay, maybe not Mars. Maybe I picked the wrong camera here.
That's what you wanted. He gave you what you wanted.
He's not even like pretending to give me the right one. He's just throwing me under the bus. It's the event stack.
Highway, yeah.
Yeah, it's highway.
Or road. This is road.
Love this, Kevin.
So
yeah, the vent stack is going.
You were talking about this a little while ago, Alex, and you said the vent stack wasn't going, and now it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the record, because I want to say something like this already happened with 29, and it was also not resulting in a test. Ship 29, when it first rolled out to the launch site, it essentially was before Flight 3. Its first test was going to be a spin prime test. That was essentially the Friday before Flight 3. And it just did not go through that. It aborted about 6 minutes from what we were predicting to be the test time. This test, I mean, it should, if it were actually going to be today, it will be a lot more active in terms of the ship. The engine chills, it will still be going. Yeah, it's not looking positive. Let's put it that way.
Well, like we were talking about, there's 4 hours left in the closure.
Yep.
So plenty of time, and we've seen them extend closures before. So it's possible. And Andrew and Dan, who are here, who need to do some work out at our sites, and can't when the road is closed, just in unison moaned, "No." It startled me. I was like, "Is there a ghost behind me?" No. Wow.
It's just the tech people being very annoyed.
I mean, I can't blame them.
No, I can't either. Oh boy. Now we are...
I shouldn't have said it's flame time. I messed up.
Yeah, so it's. I think we can pinpoint it to that single issue.
I blew it.
It's... yeah. Everything
no,
was
let's not
running
blow
well.
up things. No.
It's we were so close to greatness.
We were, but
Yeah,
you know
this
what?
close.
Maybe we're just at the part of the "we are so back" graph where we're not so back yet.
Yeah, it's so over, and now like once this vent stack starts again, and we are like the recondenser fires, we are so back, and there we go.
Nice. Somebody named Ryan Weber. Like, why? All the NSFers are super chatting today. Thank you, Ryan, for the super chat. They say it wouldn't be the same without you, Jack. I forget what we were talking about. Thank you, Ryan. Tell me in the back channel what you're talking about. Matters Now. Thank you for the support. They say I debate Moonlander hoaxers. Do you think moon landings will be more successful with human pilots than the current endeavors? And where can I brush up on current technology? Good job. I mean, NSF is a great place to learn more about Starship, which is crazy to say, but it is basically the current technology for Moonlander, even though we haven't seen a Moonlander ship yet. Do we think moon landings will be more successful with human pilots? I mean, Dragon's largely automated. I do hope the HLS ship has some sort of, I don't know, manual override, so that the crew could take control if need be, like Neil Armstrong style.
Yeah, I mean, it always gives you like another layer of what